Miami Heat Nation, hello guys, my name is Trent, and over here we are going to be covering the Miami Heat off-season and heading into next year. So guys, if y'all support the Miami Heat or your favorite team is the Miami Heat, make sure you drop that sub and turn on post notifications. Now guys, in today's video, we are going to be talking about 3 point guards to replace Kyle Lowry next year on the Miami Heat. Now, obviously, yesterday was very important because our GM spoke in Pat Riley, and he made some critical comments about Kyle Lowry. Now, pretty much he said, you got to be in world-class shape. You just have to be. And he said he's definitely going to address Kyle Lowry about not being in shape and being pretty much fat and dealing with all these type of injuries, which I like it coming from a GM. It's facts, man. The reason why we didn't reach the NBA Finals is because Kyle Lowry just didn't do enough, and he had a terrible postseason. Yes, I understand he was dealing with injuries, but man, he was dealing with injuries because he just wasn't in shape and didn't take care of his body. And yes, he is getting older, and that's very unfortunate. And we signed him to a 3-year, $85 million contract, which is just, it's looking very bad right now. Unless he comes back next year in training camp and looks like the old Kyle Lowry from the Toronto Raptors, the Miami Heat are going to be in trouble at the point guard position. And so that's why I decided to come up with 3 point guards to replace Kyle Lowry. Now, the first person that did come to mind is going to be Malcolm Brogdon. Now, I really like Malcolm Brogdon. The only thing is, yes, he is injury prone, and that's the only concerning part. But if he stays healthy, he is very good. Now, with him, he is going to be a 2023 unrestricted free agent, and his contract that he was recently on was a 4-year, $85 million contract, averaged out to $22.6 million salary worth. Now, obviously, he's on the Indiana Pacers, and they already have their franchise point guard in Tyrese Haliburton when they traded away Sabonis for him, and they already got Chris Duarte. So there's plenty of reports that they're planning to move on from Brogdon, and I feel like the Miami Heat should definitely look at this. This year, he averaged about 19 points a game, shooting 44% from the field, close to 45, averaging about 5.1 rebounds and 6 assists. Now, what Malcolm Brogdon can definitely do for the Miami Heat, one, obviously provide offense and help Jimmy Bucket score. But two, also, he can run the offense properly. I mean, he's definitely a solid point guard. And also, too, I believe he was a 50, 40, 90 dude. So he definitely can shoot the three. Very efficient, taking not dumb shots, and he's just a very smooth point guard. And I'd rather have MB, because he's younger, and over Kyle Lowry easily, and he's obviously going to be in shape. Now, I understand he is coming off an injury, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does. But, I mean, if he's fully healthy, and obviously the Pacers are making him available, why not Miami Heat and try to make a deal to bring him to Miami to team up with Bam and Jimmy? That would be definitely fun to watch out for. Now, number 2 is going to be John Wall. Now, John Wall is another player that is injury prone in a way and hasn't played in 2 seasons. So I'm not too on this, but I mean, I feel like he will be available. Now, the last time that we did see him play, I believe, was in 2020, where with the Houston Rockets, averaged about 20 points a game, shooting 40% from the field, 3.2 rebounds, and averaging about 7 assists. Now, he is going to be a free agent in 2023, so he is on an expiring contract. Now, the only thing about John Wall is that he's on a huge deal. Makes about $47 million, and I feel like no team wants to trade for that. The only way this potentially could work is if the Houston Rockets said, you know what? We just don't want you on this team no more. We're just going to take all this dead cap and buy him out. Now, if John Wall does become a free agent, I feel like the Miami Heat will be a great destination. And John Wall and Kyle Lowry are just going to have to battle out in training camp of who's going to take that starting position. Because like I said, John Wall hasn't played in 2 years, so I don't know what he can still provide. The last time I did see him play, he played okay. You know, isn't going to be the same John Wall from the Boston Wizards, but anything that can replace Kyle Lowry would definitely be key. John Wall could run an offense, still very explosive, and still can score the ball. Yes, he's not a 3-point threat, but Kyle Lowry, I mean, he was up there, but I mean, he's still overweight and not in shape. So anybody that is in shape is going to be better than John Wall, and anybody that can play better than Kyle Lowry in the postseason is going to be a good addition, because Kyle Lowry in the postseason played absolutely horrible. Now, the third player is going to be internally, and that's going to be Gabe Vincent. Do we give Gabe Vincent the starting point guard position? Yes, he did replace Kyle Lowry when Kyle Lowry was out during the postseason, and I feel like he played very solid. I feel like he needs to be more, aggressive and take more shots, but also he's still very young, and I feel like this offseason is definitely going to be very important for him to continue to prove his game because it is a contract year. So if he comes out and plays good basketball, I feel like he's going to get paid, obviously, but also he could be a starting point guard and already has chemistry with this team because he already played for them. So those are the 3 point guards that I came up in mind that I feel like are going to be available and realistic. You guys let me in the comment sections, what do you think about those point guards, or do you want to run it back with Kyle Lowry and see what he can do? But I love you guys so much, and I'm out. Peace.